So the quickest and easiest way to get set up with receiving Bitcoin over Lightning is by setting up a Lightning address. Now you can get more information on what a Lightning address is at this URL, lightningaddress.com. It basically gives you something that looks like an email address. So say your name at a domain name. And then you can give that Lightning address out, and it can be used repeatedly by lots of different individuals to send you Bitcoin over Lightning for differing amounts every time. Now, to get a Lightning address in the first place, you do need to sign up to the apps and services, one of the apps and services that supports it. The providers are listed here. I'm going to quickly explain what a Lightning address is, and then we'll go through the process of setting one up. So, Lightning address is an open source project from Andre Neves. It's a mapping from this Lightning address to LNURL invoice. Now, LNURL, unlike Bolt 11 invoices, will allow you to repeatedly use the same invoice for different people and for different amounts. So if you're using a Bolt 11 invoice, you wouldn't be able to do that. And I've got a couple of articles up here, one from Surebits on what a Lightning invoice is, and one from Shinobi and Bitcoin Magazine on what LNURL is and the difference between LNURL and Bolt 12. Well, I'll get to Bolt 12 at the end of this video. Bolt11.org will tell you how a Bolt 11 Lightning Network invoice is broken down. So yeah, the amount is encoded in a Bolt 11 invoice, and the amount isn't encoded in a LNURL because the amount can change every time. So yeah, Bolt 11 is specified as part of the bolts, but LNURL is this separate project, and Lightning address is a project from Andre Neves. Okay, so it's a bit confusing. There's a few different projects and protocol specs and future protocol specs swimming around here. But yeah, that's how a Bolt 11 Lightning invoice is broken down in terms of the data parts. Let's go through the process of setting up this Lightning address. Okay, so I am going to be using CoinCorner. CoinCorner is a UK Isle of Man based exchange, most well known for the Bolt card. So this is a card that you can use in person to pay for things like coffees over Lightning. So you can order a Bolt card with one of these designs, and then once you get it through, you can go to any coffee shop, any retail store that supports this payment method, and you can just tap your Bolt card to pay for things using Lightning. Now, the instructions for setting up your Lightning address via CoinCorner are here. So you obviously need to have a CoinCorner account and log into your CoinCorner account, which I've already done. So this is my CoinCorner account. I've clicked on settings and then LNURL under settings. So this is where I've already set up what my Lightning address is, but this is where you can decide what your unique identifier with the CoinCorner domain is going to be. So my unique identifier is my name, my full name, Michael Folkeson, and this is the LN URL invoice that is going to map to my Lightning address. Okay. So that's how you set it up via Coin Corner. Now, once you have the Lightning address, you should try testing it, right? And try actually sending some money to your Lightning address. So let's go back to the Lightning address site and see how we can send money to a Lightning address. And these are all the wallets that support sending to a Lightning address. So some of these are mobile wallets, so you could download the mobile app. Breeze is a mobile wallet. Phoenix is a mobile wallet. So on iOS or Android, you could get the mobile app. I'm going to do this offline without showing you what I'm doing on the mobile. But on a mobile, I'm going to use Eclair, and I'm going to send 1001 sats to my Lightning address, and then so I'm clicking Pay now. And then if we go to my Coin Corner dashboard and refresh, let's see if, so it's sent on my mobile app, on my Eclair mobile app. It says 1002 Satoshis. If we refresh, does that come through? Go to Bitcoin, and yes, that's the amount that I've just sent. Received Bitcoin 1001 at 1542. Okay. So yeah, I've sent some money to my Lightning address, and it's been received. So we can also use this Lightning decoder site where we can put a Bolt 11 invoice, an LN URL, or a Lightning address into this site. So let's just try this. I'll put my Lightning address in there. So that was Michael Jackson at coincorner.io, and then it will tell me some details on this Lightning address. The max that can be sent to this Lightning address is this amount in millisatoshis. It's 1000 millisatoshis in a satoshi. So let's see how much that is in US dollars. So that was a millisatoshi. Let's get rid of the last 3 zeros to get it in satoshis. Yeah, and so the maximum amount that you can send to this Lightning address is 1 million sats, which is approximately 270 US dollars. On today's date, which is 22nd of May 2023. We can also post the LN URL in there, which should give the same details, because it's a mapping. So let's just copy that LN URL and then put it into the Lightning decoder. It should just give the same details as the Lightning address. Yeah, and it actually says my Lightning address in that LN URL. Okay. So if you want some more information on Lightning addresses, this is a really good presentation by the creator of Lightning address, Andrej Neves. And there's also a video on connecting Lightning Network address to your Bitcoin full node using the LND implementation. Now, as with many Lightning services, wallets, Lightning addresses, a lot of the time it's unclear what's actually going on in the background. And in the Coin Corner case, it's not actually allocating you a Lightning channel. But Coin Corner does have some Lightning channels running in the background where Bitcoin are being sent over these Lightning channels. It's just that no channel is actually being allocated to you. So one of Coin Corner's Lightning nodes, they may have multiple, I don't know, is this Lightning node that I've got up on 1ML. They've got around 8 Bitcoin in capacity in all the channels, and they have 12 channels. So they have channels with Wallet of Satoshi, Kraken, Async, some of the well-known Lightning nodes they have channels with. You can get similar information at lambos.space. Now, just a couple of things to wrap up. I did mention in the Bitcoin Magazine article from Shinobi that there's a Bolt 12 proposal. For information on Bolt 12, you can go to bolt12.org. This is a competing proposal and isn't as supported in the ecosystem to the extent that Bolt 11 LNURL are. It's created by Rusty Russell, who's lead developer of Core Lightning, and it has some nice features that the existing or competing Lightning invoices don't have. Some of the examples are like you can have a Bolt 12 invoice for recurring payments where you're getting repeated payments, say 100 millisats every minute. And there's other examples, so 100 millisats every minute but only 3 times. 100 millisats every 10 days, first period being 1st January 2021, but you can pay 1 hour. So there's a few like more complicated invoices that you can encode in these Bolt 12s, and some of the selling points of Bolt 12 versus say Bolt 11, onion messages, blinded paths, Schnorr signatures, payer proofs. So these are like receipts that they are more difficult to get on Bolt 11 LNURL, and extensibility. Rust is really into extensibility so that they last over time and you can add additional functionality or features to the invoice system. So it has that embedded flexibility. So that's Bolt 12. Not as supported as Bolt 11 and LNURL, but could be in future. So just to wrap up, I mean, once you have this Lightning address, and so in Coin Corner, I can get the QR code for this LNURL or this Lightning address, and just click on this little icon to get the QR code. So now I have a QR code, I can take a picture of that to get an image of the QR code, and if I have a website, I can just put the LNURL on my website homepage. I can put the QR code as an image on that website homepage, and then the QR code's there for anybody who goes to your website. They can just scan that QR code with their Lightning wallet and send Bitcoin over Lightning to your Lightning address or your URL. So that's what you can do on your website homepage, and you're set up to receive Bitcoin over Lightning in a really easy, quick way.